I like how you're hiding it behind the hat.
Thank you. I thought it was clever. I thought about putting it in the hat too, like a little prize.
Hey everybody, Mike and Jesse here. We wanted to make a little video to showcase our winter hat collection.
Yeah, we have special outfits that we pick out for ourselves every season. And this season, as it got colder, we made ourselves these nice hats. And some people said that they liked the hats and that they might want the hats. So we decided to make hats for anyone that wants them.
That's right. And the story with our clothing, not just these, but all the clothes we wear all the time, is that we take great care to make sure where they come from, how they come into our hands, and things like that. So the stuff you're seeing here isn't just things that we ordered overseas and have it made to you. There's a little bit of a story behind it, which is why we wanted to have a video.
Yeah, so when we were searching for the clothing that we were going to wear for this project, one of the places that we went to was this really awesome bulk vintage store in Hawthorne, New Jersey. It's called Udelco. And I think when we went out there, it was my first time there. I had heard about it before and I had always wanted to go. Was it your first time too?
Yes.
Yeah, but it was a really great trip. And when we knew we wanted to make these hats, we did a little bit of searching online for dead stock hats or vintage hats. And we started to think about where could we get these. And I thought to call Udelco. And it turned out that they actually had a bunch of American-made dead stock hats in stock. So we rented a car, we drove out there, and we almost bought them out.
That's right. We have a number of hats here, but at the same time, we have a limited quantity of hats.
Yeah, by almost bought them out, meaning they didn't have a ton available. We bought what they had.
Right, right. So that is part of the story there. There's also these really unique tags on half of them. The hats are actually Department of Defense specified hats.
Yeah, so there's 4 colors that are that type. It's the black, the bright orange, and then what we called milk chocolate and dark chocolate. And then the other hats are just USA made. They don't have anything to do with the watch cap, which is what they're called. But yeah, back to that watch cap, those say that they're 100% wool, and yeah, they're a government issue for the DoD, which is kind of funny, and I don't completely know why they ended up being like an overstock, but I guess that's what it was. They made too many, and so somehow they ended up at this bulk vintage store in Hawthorne, New Jersey.
That's right. And then as far as the crests themselves, these have a New York tie.
Yeah, so we also found this place while we were getting a few other things embroidered for our project. We did a little bit of shopping around to figure out a place that would be local, would be fairly affordable, and we actually found a lot of options. And then this place really stood out because it had a cool story. It's called BCCO, and they operate out of the old Ed Sullivan Theater building.
That's right.
So that was just kind of fun. And they're also really nice, and they were so easy to work with. It's our second time ordering from them at this point. And yeah, I would recommend it if anyone needs things embroidered. But what we did is we got a bunch of patches made, and then I sewed the crest onto each hat. And you might be able to see in the video, I'm not sure if you can, some of these hats have the patch already sewn on, some of them don't. Another thing that's very important to us is to not waste. So we are using items that are dead stock, which means that if they weren't sold to someone, they would basically just be thrown away. And we also don't want to overdo it. We have these nice patches made. If some of the hats don't get ordered, we don't want to just have hats that are already set up with our logo on them. We want to potentially be able to use them for something else in the future. We also don't want to use our patch unless we know that it's actually going to be worn and used and loved. So for a lot of you, if you order a hat, I will be specifically sewing on the patch thinking of you
That's
for
right.
your order.
That's right. Yeah, the couple that we have sewn on here were sewn for the demonstration purposes, but the bulk of the hats do not have the hats on, or the logo on, the badges
yeah.
on. So it's quite literally sewn to order.
Yeah.
And then as far as how much they cost, they are $35, which you might be going, well, $35 for a hat, that seems like a lot.
Well, are you thinking that, or you might be thinking $35 for a hat? That's a steal for
I
a
don't
hat
know.
like this.
I mean, I don't want to implant any ideas in your head. What I do want to tell you is that the reason they're $35 is very transparent, and that's a part of every piece of clothing that we are putting out to sell.
Yeah, so if you do go to our website and go to the website that we're selling these hats on, we have a spreadsheet that has been made into our colors. So it's not just like an Excel spreadsheet, which I actually love looking at spreadsheets, but I don't know if everyone does. But we have this spreadsheet that has the list of every single cost that went into making these hats, and then it breaks it down with a formula that tells you basically how many you need to sell in order to break even. And then we also include, based on the cost of each hat, what a typical wholesale markup and what a typical retail markup would be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can check that out. And I think it's pretty clear. But if people have questions, I love talking about this kind of thing. And it is a big part of what we do, but it sort of ends up being behind the scenes just because it's hard to talk about the prices of things all the time. So yeah, if anyone has questions or, wants to talk about it further, reach out. But I do think it's pretty clear on there.
Yeah. I mean, it goes down all the way to factoring in the cost for the car that we paid in order to transport ourselves out there and transport the hats back. So it's really something that both interests us and something that we feel strongly about. The idea of getting both ourselves and other people to connect how much something should cost with an item.
Right. It's really easy to think about things, especially in the society that we live in and in this sort of capitalist world. And we value, we often value things for being cheap in a way. That's often something like, oh, it was only $5 or it was only $1. But the implications of that are sometimes not so great. So yeah, it's exciting for us to be trying to sort of flip the way that we think about things.
Yeah. So we'll provide a link to our shop in the description. We'll also throw a link up to some of our videos that talk a little bit more in depth about our project clothing ambitions for those that are new to what we're talking about. And we'd love to hear any comments or feedbacks you have about the hats. And be on the lookout for more clothing offerings. We do have our dicotta tees, which we haven't revealed yet.
Yeah, we have another set of dicotta tees coming out soon, so stay tuned.
Yeah, but if you like these, let us know in the comments. We really are excited to get your feedback. And for now, take care.
Bye.
Bye.